are listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I am a little unorganized. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. Ooh. How you doing, guy? Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. We are live, and it is Friday, April, 21st, 2023. How are we? All right, now we're back to normal. Everything's good, all right? That intro was a little long. I understand the ending. I get it. I'll make a new one this weekend. I can't promise it, though. I think I've made 3 or 4. And I hated them all. But that's the only one I like, and it's too long. Anyway, tonight we're going to talk about UFO sightings worldwide. That has the internet buzzing. Yep, that is clickbait title. It's exactly what I did. And I do have sightings we're going to talk about. Absolutely. Did you... It's sugar-free. See? What is this strange tweet I saw? The top intelligence briefings begin at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Huh? I don't know what that means. But the Dayton Daily News, some of the nation's top intelligence leaders started briefings and tours at an unprecedented flight Wright-Patterson Air Force Base retreat last night. A gathering that's continuing tonight. Drawn by invitation from Dayton Congressman Mike Turner, CIA Director Bill Burns, Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall, National Security Director General Paul Nakasone, and more than half of the members of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, which Turner leads as chairman, will visit or are visiting Wright-Patterson, one of the nation's most important Air Force bases. Historic intelligence retreat. What? Why? Right after the UFO Congress? All right, something's a little afoot. There, participants will discuss intelligence and strategic planning, Turner said Thursday afternoon. He had already met with Burns and others, including Avril Haines, Director of National Intelligence. We'll be doing a lot of discussions about what our plans for the future, what we need to be doing, Turner said. We're going to be working on some intelligence authorization bill of the year. Some of these discussions happening right here. We'll go into the elements of drafting that bill. Why do they got to go there? I don't understand that. Why they're go to an office, right? Patterson Air Force Base? You're going to sit there on the tarmac? I don't get it. I know they have offices, guys. Calm down. I just think it's interesting. Yeah, no roll call tonight. I see everybody. I see you. I see you as an avatar. Trying to cut back on unnecessary stuff in the show that's annoying people. The intros annoy everybody, I heard. So no more intros, I guess, for a while. I'll figure it out. I see you all. Diane Thor, F. Graff, Solar Marshall, Shelly Michelle Morrison, Guy Merritt. Thank you. How you doing? Brian, F. Graff 72. Tim Freestone. See, I'm doing it. Foghorn Leghorn. Jeff X. DWG07. Interesting. Did you hear about that? Scambian? He doxed Solar Marshall while he was drunk, in a drunken stupor, from what I heard. Right? Isn't that what happened? Solar Marshall says, yes, Scambian totally doxed you over and over again. From Jeff saying it to Solar Marshall. What a scumbag. See, that's where you call YouTube and say, this guy doxed me. What are you waiting for? End of story. He trashed you last night. All right, well, we'll take care of that for you. Don't worry about a thing. What do you care? Don't even worry about it. It's not like a badge of honor having Scambian rip you. It's more a badge of honor if I'm doing it. Nobody knows him. No, I'm kidding. I'm being a total dick right there. Nobody knows me either. Nobody knows. Only you guys know us and Steven. Nobody knows us outside of this place. It's true. Where are they? You mean that many people hate GUFON? And Scambian? Ah, come on. I see it on Amy's show. Amy's the most lovable person you could ever invent, create, whatever. And she's not growing. Nobody is. I mean, she is, but, 10 subscribers a month. It should be 300. When I first started, I was getting 300 to 500 a month. But then again, I did have third phase of moon. I did tail along a lot. Thank God. If it wasn't for the lockdowns, we wouldn't be where we are at all. We would be half. That's for sure. I can't believe it. Last night, huh? It was real bad. All right. Well, you know me. I won't play anything from that show. I haven't watched anything from, you know. Just go to YouTube. Contact information. I don't know. What are you going to do, right? They did so many things to me that I reported YouTube did not give a shit. When they were pitching to dox me, get rid of my show on Fessler's show, they need to get, I mean, I must have reported it half a dozen times that this guy's doing everything you say you don't like. If I do it, I know if I whispered anything, it would come back. Anyway, it is what it is. You know, we're going to be fighting from the outside, as always. Well, most people do, right? I wish I was on the inside, but I'm not. Wish I was. I've got good connection, though. I found a really interesting connection about a year ago, and this person seems to know a lot of things. And really, you know, I didn't mention it to you because I just wanted to see what would come true. Mentioning a lot of things that happened in the congressional hearing. Something mentioned that there was going to be some sort of event in February, which was the balloon Chinagate thing. And I'm like, February? What are we talking about? There's only a week left in February. Next thing you know, it's like, yep. He was right again. And that means there's a script. That means there's, how did he know? How did he freaking know? He said, he told me China's going to get in trouble for spying on the United States. I go, everybody does that. Yeah, but they're going to get caught. I'm like, oh, wow. How are they going to get caught? He goes, I don't know. He goes, but maybe they're jumping out of an airplane. I don't know. He wasn't far off. It was pretty interesting how he worded stuff. Next time I'll pay more attention. But yeah, it's nice to have a connection like that. Give you some info. You think you know and you don't. And then they tell you something and you're like, wait, isn't that what so-and-so said? Holy crap. Nice to have a connection. So I saw this today. For those of you, speaking of our haters out there, I love them. Let's put this up so everybody sees. Whoops, wrong one. Check this out. So a lot of you who are hating and hate me, or especially Third Phase, eat crow. Third Phase beat out Avatar, The Way of Water, and Rentals. How's that even possible? They have the front position, and Third Phase of Moon is killing it with this movie. They disclosed some, information about how well it's doing, and it's not even funny. It's not even. I mean, they were jokingly asking Third Phase of Moon, "Do you have the same, not payroll? Do you have the same? What is it called? When you need money, do you have the same? I don't know. Well, what is it called when you need something done? Do you have the same investments as Avatar? Something like that. Did you have the same? Oh, I know what it was. Did you have the same pay? Oh, no. When people have a lot of money, did you have the funding of Avatar is what was said. Did you have the same funding as Avatar for UFO Endgame? I watched that Avatar, The Way of Water again 2 nights ago. It is really good. Like, beyond good. It's great. I love that movie. So effing good. I'm going to watch it again and again and again, but not right now. I just watched it. Now I'm watching hockey playoffs and basketball playoffs, and I am in pig heaven. All right. So congratulations, third phase of Moon, for kicking aspirin and taking name holes. Jeanette throwing down $10, 10 pound, 10 quid. You can help support the show just like Jeanette Angel with the Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, or Cash App. All the links are in the show description, even on the About section here on GUFON on YouTube. Jeanette, thank you very much. It's the first one of the night, isn't it? It is. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that, right? Well, thank you, Jeanette Angel. I was told that my job is over. Congratulations. Gush, you were the last of my Super Chat announcements. All over ufology. That's sad. Well, all good things come to an end. Thanks, Jeanette Angel, for giving that guy a job. That's the last Super Chat of the night, of the day, of the year of GUFON. It's over. Everybody wants us to leave ufology. Did you see my comments lately? Unbelievable. It's over for GUFON, they said. It's over for GUFON. GUFON's going down, I'm being told. We're done. It was nice knowing everybody. Avi Loeb, can we talk about the most desperate man in ufology next to Jeremy Corbell? Avi Loeb. So, Avi Loeb has potentially found something that will change physics, or at least advance the subject, something involving the makeup of dark matter. Avi, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with him? Making up this stuff. It's funny. Did you guys hear about that? It's true. Yeah. I don't know what it is, though. I don't know what the end game of Skinwalker show is. What is the end game? Jamie K was asking that on Twitter. What is it? I'm wondering. Is it that they would get enough evidence and be the heroes of everything far and few between in the paranormal world? Everything from shape-shifting, turd-burgling monsters to aliens to UFOs to some sort of Bigfooticus creature. They're not going to give it to Mick West or a UFO researcher to research, which is a shame. Because you would hope that Brandon Ziegfugel and his team of mad scientists would want to collate enough evidence to give to science for peer review. I wonder if they will. I wonder if they will. That Skinwalker Ranch is a bunch of bullshit. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It is, but it isn't. There's something going on, but these guys just aren't catching it. Green Street caught some good knocks and things like that when he was doing his little research there. But other than that, I mean, you know, where's the real evidence? David Wilcox says, it's been great with his Canadian coin of 11 bones. Thank you very much, by the way. Another mucho gusto genuine support. So, wait, I thought we were done using that. I'm still here, David Wilcox with a Canadian $11. It's been great, gosh. Appreciate the work, buddy. That was nice of you. Nice. Keep that guy's job a few more minutes. It's nice. It's very generous. I see you. That's good. You're like a philanthropist. That's what you just did. You made that guy very happy. All right, I need a drink, and I need to take a hit. I need to re-up. You know, yesterday was 420. I was so baked. I was really baked Alaska last night. God, I can't even watch that show. I don't even remember it. But man, today I feel a little better. Seems like the COVID's gone. I tested negatively. I feel like it's gone. It's weird. I'm not even that tired, although I feel a little bit. I'm going to go work out. I haven't worked out. I saw something. I haven't worked out in a few days, so I'm ready to get back. And this will be the last time you see me drinking these. I'm going to a cheaper source. All right. Let's get back to work. I just thought that was fun. Avi Loeb thinking he's finding something again. You know what I mean? That guy's a dreamer, though. You got to hand it to Avi Loeb. He looks the part of the biggest geek you've ever seen. He talks like the biggest geek. He acts like the biggest geek. Avi Loeb, the biggest geek in ufology. And I mean geek with all due respect. A good geek. He's a geek. He's a geekoid. He's very geeky. He's perfect. He is. All right. He's not. Whatever. All right, whatever. So, Stephen Greenstreet was invited by Zieg Fugel to stay at the ranch for 24 hours, as you know. Fugel has had cameras around the ranch for 7 years, and he asked to be shown the best evidence of the paranormal captured in those 7 years. He was shown 3 videos of blurry bugs. Fugel later admitted you guys were not prepared for my visit and that the videos I was shown were not the best evidence. Ah, you turd burgling faker. As such, I gave him a second chance. I asked him and Eric Bard, what another freaking dork of dorks. Guy is so terrible, to send me the top 5 best evidence with supporting raw data. Zieg Fugel told me that he and Eric would do this after months. He still hadn't sent anything, so I gave him a hard deadline of February 10th. Fugel missed the deadline. What a piece of shit. But I still allowed him to send me what he had on. That's because Brandon Fugel and Skinwalker's a scam. Get it through your effing gullible heads. It's a scam. You're being scammed. Somebody asked me for evidence. I got boxes of tapes. Hey, which one you want? This one. You want an orb? What do you want? You want this, that, the other thing? I got it right here, all labeled and ready to go. You think with Zieg Fugel and his team of scouts, they would have ready to go, on the ready, the top 3 best. And they couldn't even do it. Months. You know what that tells you? Piece of shit. Lying sack of shit. Skinwalker is a lie. Brandon Fugel, you are the worst in this business. You are the worst. Zieg Fugel. It's only going to get worse, and I almost picked my nose on air again. He says he sent me written descriptions of spooky things, words, and included 6 clips from the History Channel show. That's it? That's all, he says? That's it. Without a doubt, Fugel's on record statement of the best evidence at Skinwalker Ranch. Words and reality TV show clips are not raw data. It's not evidence. It's not proof. It's nothing. A whole lot of nothing. And that is the real secret of Skinwalker. Tom Winterton says here, if only all of our critics were as credible as you. Mr. I've spent a few hours on the ranch and now I'm the ultimate authority. So Green Street spent 24 hours there, and Tom Winterton, who is Dragon, what a idiot, stupid name, stupid people, stupid show. What a stupid, stupid fucking reality show that is. It is awful. It is a piece of shit. It should go down in the annals as one of the worst effing shows I've ever seen in history, because it is. It is. It's stupid. And season 3 was a mockery on the paranormal. What they did was a joke to ufology, to the research at hand. Everything they did in season 3 was a failure. Dropping the things. What did they drop shit into the fucking hole? What was that, season 2? I can't remember. And, we can't find them. It's amazing. They disappeared. No, you didn't hit the landing, you prick. Oh, I hate this guy. I hate them. I hate them all. Really, I do. Skinwalker people, I hope they all go up in Fugel's helicopter and just keep on going. One day they're all going to go for a ride. And then they're going to look around and see Fugel down on the ground looking up, doing this. And the whole team is up there in that helicopter and it explodes. Or if you like a happier ending, it just keeps going out of sight and nobody knows where they go. You want that? You like that one? Said nobody dies. Everybody just disappears. There you go. It's a terrible show. Just a terrible example of doing the right thing. They do things terribly wrong. Terribly. It's an awful show. I seen 8th grade science kids, 12, 13 years old, do much better than what they did on that show. They're ridiculous. That's what happens, excuse me, when you have too much money, a lot of ego, and nobody with experience on what to do. That's Skinwalker Ranch in a nutshell. It really is. It is a pathetic failure on everything that is paranormal. They literally have zero evidence that something's going on at Skinwalker. Stephen Greenstreet did better in 24 hours than they did in thousands. In my opinion. I'm not even joking. That's the truth. Greenstreet did better. Fugel makes claims. Best evidence. Sends him bullshit. Then he sends him 6 clips from the TV show. The TV show. Did you hear me? He sends Stephen Greenstreet clips from the show, not raw data that he asked for. Brandon Fugel and Skinwalker Ranch are scamming the populace. That's all I can say. You guys are a laughing stock in ufology and all the paranormal. And that comes from a guy, a Brandon Fugel, who has no experience in the field, who keeps listening to his little plastic wife, right? Because she was in the paranormal in some very good, my favorite show, by the way, Ghost Mine, which is probably the best paranormal show I've ever seen. Yep. And she's probably controlling Fugel and everything. So that's what is going on. What is the end goal of Skinwalker? I think they need to end it. I think it needs to die. Seriously, I think the show needs to end. They're not getting anywhere. So our good friend, who isn't really a friend, UFO Jesus, says, I just hope it's not lost on anyone that a government lying to the public about UAP is infinitely more dangerous than a bunch of UFO fans getting UFOs wrong. Perspective is paramount. The U.S. Congress is doing the right thing with the new legislation. UFO Jesus, you are so green, it's adorable. It really is. He's so adorable. You just want to hold him and make the tears stop before they even start. Unbelievable. He says it's infinitely more dangerous to lie when you're the government. Really? No. And he's comparing the government lying to a bunch of UFO fans getting UFOs wrong. This is the perspective of someone on the left who isn't seeing clearly. And clearly, they need one good ball. Unbelievable. What a piece of shit. Here, this is from our old friend Osvaldo Franco. He says, my, at a place of great historic significance. I wonder what they were really talking about. And it's about the intelligence community leaders meeting at Wright-Patterson for the historic national security briefing, which is really, really silly. They're trying to make it seem like it has to do with UFOs. It's got nothing. It's got nothing to do with it. All right. Do you guys know who Uri Geller is? You remember Uri Geller, the boon spender? Oh, I'm sorry, the spoon bender. My dyslexia coming out on me. Well, he posted a UFO sighting. I want you to take a look at this. This seems like I've seen this before, but he says it just happened yesterday. Here it is. Check it out. It's actually really good. I thought this was a balloon that we've seen this before, I thought, but he says that no, a friend of his shot it or something. Look at this thing. I know what you guys are going to say, the same thing I did. It looks like a balloon. Could be. Doesn't mean it is. Could be. It doesn't mean it is, though. But he says, attention all truth seekers. Today, the U.S. government holds another historical congressional hearing. I don't know what the truth has been. I know, he says, that the truth has been suppressed, but I believe the tide is now slowly turning. Little by little, they plan to come clean. No, they don't, freaking idiot. See, this is why I can't stand this guy. Uri Geller's a lying hoaxer anyway. This guy should be banned. And he keeps getting more followers. This guy's the worst. The worst. Literally, he's like Fat Fuck Tony, but an older one. Get out of here. I don't want this one, you prick, you.
Hi, my dear friends. I'm at the museum here in Old Jaffa, Israel, Holy Land. This video is incredible. I received it from a GOV source in Israel. Could be over Jerusalem. Location is really unknown. But today, there is another historical congressional...
Yeah, nobody knows where that UFO is from because there's no reference points. All you see is the sky and something that looks like could be a balloon. When they pull back, you don't see the city, you don't see the skyline, you don't see any clouds, you don't see any people, you don't see anything. Can't get a perspective on the size of that thing. Uri Geller hoaxing again, is another big effing liar that should be banned from the community. He is awful. Just an awful person, a terrible human being, and a hoaxer. He is. He's a hoaxer. Unbelievable. What people think are UFOs. And let's not forget about Fugel. One more thing. He's contracted by the History Channel. And he's not going to show you anything before the new season. Did the new season start? Well, Green Street says Fugel had to work out permission with History Channel to give him videos of 2 glowing objects in the carriage house. He said they were going to use that footage in season 4. To his credit, he released it to me anyways. Chris Kennedy, I believe his name is, says, seriously? Who are you to demand anything and put deadlines? At best, you're a tool of the disinformation agenda. History Channel isn't going to let anything out prior to airing it on the shows. They'll give you crap footage at best. Stephen Greenstreet ain't getting the good stuff. I'm a journalist at a national news company. Journalists ask for evidence and will often set deadlines. Hope this helps, Kennedy. Wow. People want to believe so badly in Skinwalker trash, or Skinwalker cash, as I call it. I'm embarrassed for ufology. Really am. I am. Who's this? Bob Gigolo at Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, I think I know who this person might be. Hey, GUFON, I've been spooning flying saucers since 71. I believe it. I believe it. Good for you. What's up, Derek Kennedy, Kevin, Bob Burks, the Bees, Thor Panku, Loke Taz, 69. What's going on, everybody? Jeanette Angel, Mick Dinkum, Celtic Hammers here. What's up, everybody? Trying my best to give you something tonight because I've been told that I'm on my way out. Yep. They're going to take me down somehow, guys. I'm done. It's over for me. So, Christopher Mellon. This is from BR Technologed. Why would anyone be outraged? There are so many stepwise considerations in bringing this issue into greater public awareness. Scientific credibility, international security, social stability. Instead of going from zero to woo, one might even say there's a limited need to know. Oh? A limited need to know? Christopher Mellon talking some shit. Let's hear what the grifter's saying this time. This shameful excuse as a human.
It's not going to be an easy decision if they get to that point.
Of a human, sorry.
And particularly if there's some reason to believe that there is some agenda other than love and friendship involved. You know, it's not clear what the intent here is, and if it's one group or more than one group, or, you know, there's so many unanswered questions, at least from my standpoint, based on what I know to date. And if there was information that suggested the possibility of, you know, in fact, I've actually heard from somebody.
Here's the bullshit.
Again, this is secondhand information. But this individual indicated that he was told one former president had considered releasing this and convened a group to evaluate the pros and cons of doing so. And they ran through a list of 60 questions, and they considered all these different alternatives and issues. And at the end, the entire group concluded that the government should not release the information, that it was not in the public interest to release the information, that it would be so disruptive and have so many negative repercussions. So if it does happen, I think it will happen most likely because it's impossible to contain it any longer.
Oh, what is he talking about? It's hard to contain it any longer?
Possible to contain it any longer.
Bullshit. How can it's so easy to contain? Deny, deny, deny. Hey, I don't see anything progressing forward. Okay, well, hold on. I don't see anything new either progressing forward. We just had a congressional hearing that was the same exact hearing we saw last year. There was nothing different other than the pie charts and the new video, but even those are explainable. Most likely nothing. Drones. You know, they didn't do anything magical, those objects, nothing. So we're not getting any closer to anything. Nobody has told us anything. In the congressional hearings, in meetings, nobody has told us anything. Not a person. Can anybody tell me what they said they are? Tell me anything. Tell me what they said that was so groundbreaking you think disclosure's happening soon. But we've got pie charts, graphs, stats now. We're going to do that. And he said it's a slow, painstakingly long process. It's going to take forever to go through all this stuff. Paraphrasing. I didn't hear anything that secret meetings about some biological technology. I never heard anything like that. I never heard of some metamaterial that's going to be talked. Nobody mentioned anything about metamaterials. Nobody mentioned anything about secret technology. Nobody mentioned or even hinted around that there were aliens. As a matter of fact, they denied there was aliens. They said there hasn't been any evidence there's any alien ET contact or information telling us that this stuff is from ET. So how are we any closer, Christopher Mellon freaking head, you lying grifter of an a-hole?
And I would imagine that one of the things that I've suggested to people in the government they think about, if we're really going to be going down this road, it's helpful to lessen the shock and to help people internalize and process this. So if, for example, we do have some compelling information about UAPs in space, let the government admit that now and acknowledge that without saying it's aliens or whatever, but just start to expose people, the public generally, not the UAP fan group. And
wait, what did he just say? Hold on.
For example, we do have some compelling information about UAPs in space.
If they said that we have compelling information of UFOs in space, people would still lose their minds. He thinks that if you tell people they're far away, like they're not here on Earth, this is his thought process. If we tell them that there's aliens out there, that we somehow made contact or got a signal that we know that there's an intelligence way out there, they're not going to be here for a long, long time. What a joke. What a joke.
Let the government admit that now and acknowledge that without saying it's aliens or whatever, but just start to...
Well, what else would it be? We have an unidentified aircraft out in the solar system. Now we don't know what it is. It's not one of ours, I could tell you that.
Expose people, the public generally, not the UAP fan group and people like us that live and breathe this and are obsessed with this. But
tell the average citizen that knows nothing and will lose their freaking minds.
Average person who doesn't care anything or know anything about this.
Yeah, tell it to the average person who doesn't care about it or think about it. That's exactly what somebody in the government would say. He is a scumbag. Listen to what scumbag said. Melon bags. Listen.
Let the government admit that now and acknowledge that without saying it's aliens or whatever, but just start.
Yeah, just lie to us again. Just lie again. You can't tell the truth and lie at the same time. You will lose more people than you gain, you dummy.
To expose people, the public generally.
I can't believe he just said that. I can't believe how stupid he is. What a stupid man. See, this is why I told you I'm smarter than all of them put together. I am. I really am. And you are too. You are too. Not just me, but it's me, but I'm just saying, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't even know what will work. Oh, we're going to lie again to the pub. We're going to tell them that something's out there. We don't know what it is, but we're not going to say it's alien because you can't. I mean, really, you got to lie. Then he bold-faced lies. Listen.
Let the government admit that now and acknowledge that without saying it's aliens or whatever, but just start to expose people, the public generally, not the UAP fan group and people like us that live and breathe this and are obsessed with this, but the average person who doesn't care anything or know anything about this, and begin to get this into circulation writ large across society, this possibility. It's not.
That's what a dumb guy. And this is the guy who's in it. Christopher Mellon is like one of the main guys. And that has got to be the dumbest thing anybody could ever say. After he just says, we could be honest with the public. We could tell them, but we got to lie too at this. No. Idiot. All right, we're going to jump into some of the biggest lies ever told or biggest scams ever seen, like Bigfoot. Here, I'm going to play. I got a couple of videos of the most realistic fake things you've ever seen. So our new segment called The Most Realistic Fake Thing You've Ever Seen. And this will start with Bigfoot. The most realistic fake thing you've ever seen. Anytime. Because you got a boo-boo. Bigfoot got a boo-boo? Bigfoot got blasted with a shotgun and he's okay. He's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
Misa so happy.
This is Brian Tober. And this is my last video.
Thank God. It's Jeremy Corbell. He shaved his beard to boot. Now he's faking Bigfoot. I love that. Put the camera on yourself to show you're crying. You're in real pain there, Chief. Real good fake. Look at Bigfoot back there. Oh, I missed the ending. He was running. Oh, I forgot about that. And that was the most realistic fake. All right, how about this one? We got another one? I thought I had two of... Yep, I think I have another one. Yeah, here's one. This is... Okay, you ready? This has to do with flat Earth. It's not what you think. But this is the most realistic fake guy of flat Earth. The grandfather of flat Earth, talking about flat Earth, not looking like he believes in his own flat Earth theory. Let's take a look at the fraudster, shall we?
Props, I believe you have yours too, but this is awesome. So first of all, explain where your belief that the Earth is flat comes from.
My mother told me once that the Earth was flat.
Sure. My belief where the Earth is flat comes from 5 different reasons, real fast. 1, long-distance photography, which is, if it is a globe, then we shouldn't be able to see as far as we can with high-def cameras. 2...
Yeah, don't you know, dill hole, that some parts of the Earth are higher? You know, you got the skin around the Earth, which we call topsoil, right? Isn't that what it is? What is the outer crust? It's the crust, right? You know, that it's not a perfect sphere. It's not like a tennis ball. It's not like the ball in your hand, little boy. Oh, I could see from Philadelphia to New York. Well, maybe because one of them is perched up on a hill a little bit higher and you can see a little bit further for that reason, you numbnut. It doesn't seem that way. The altitude says it's the same. 1,611 feet here, 1,619 there. It's the same. We shouldn't be able to see Philadelphia from New York. Why do we say Philadelphia from New York? We shouldn't be able to see 15 miles. We could see 62 miles from New York to Philadelphia. It's unprecedented. The Earth is flat. I got nothing.
Would be gravity versus the vacuum of space, meaning the atmosphere should be sucked out into space almost instantly. The power of the vacuum cannot be defeated by gravity. 3rd would be the eclipse shadow. The eclipse shadow, it's the wrong size.
Oh my God.
The moon is 2,000 miles wide, and yet the moon shadow is only 70 miles wide. That's
No, it's not. No, it's not. That's not. The moon shadow was huge when it came across. It was like 200 miles across when it came across the United States a couple of years ago.
97% decrease. It can't happen. 4th would be the temperature of the moon, and I know we're pressed for time, so I'll rattle off real quick. Temperature of the moon. The moon generates a cold light. Look it up yourself. And 5th would be the Van Allen radiation belts. Van Allen radiation belts are super deadly. How did the American space program go through it? Round trips. Nobody even got cancer. There's still 5 of them walking around today.
That has nothing to do with flat Earth. What does the Van Allen belt have to do with flat Earth? 2 of those 5 are immediately null and void. So you have 3 examples and they're all shitty. That's Mark Sargent, the grandfather of flat Earth. What a fool. He doesn't even believe his own stuff. They debunked. They were doing a test out on a lake. And they went a couple of miles down the lake and they had a sign with 4 lines on it. And a sign, a big cardboard cutout. So somebody was 2 miles down the river or down this placid lake that is flat. It's supposed to be either that or 10 miles, whatever it was. They used a laser telescope and the guy was halfway submerged. And you should have seen Sargent. He was there. This was on National Geographic like 5-6 years ago. And there's an interview of this on the internet, and it was so funny. And she's like, well, I guess that proves that the Earth is round after all. And he's like, that is interesting. Like, you're damn right it is. What a lot. How can anybody just sit there and say the Earth is flat when he knows it's not?
How's that?
Good. I think you nailed it. Thanks for coming on.
Mark.
I'm in.
I do have a couple of other questions, Dave.
Okay.
Flat
Good night, everybody.
Like yourself, flat earthers believe that we are actually living in a dome. So can you explain to us how that works? And the ice,
right.
There's an ice wall, is that right?
Sure. Okay, so the mainstream globe proponents believe that you are on a little rock with water that sticks to the outside of it that's flying through 5 different directions, right? You can get rid of that. What we think is that you are living in a building, a structure, a planetarium, a terrarium, just like this. It's a little bit of a snow globe with walls and a floor and a ceiling, and that all the continents look pretty much the same with the exception of Antarctica, which is stretched around the entire outside, not like a Game of Thrones ice wall, but a very, very large continent that goes on for thousands of miles inland.
Yeah, so there's White Walkers out there. So then when I was growing up, right, when I was growing up, Mark, And we see shots of space, and we live in a solar system with planets, and all the planets are round.
Round.
So then how come we're flat and they're round, or am I not seeing the right
when
thing?
we see shots of the Earth from space, it's a sphere.
Well, there you go. Somebody's got to be lying. And if you believe the American space program, well, you have another thing coming. What I'm saying is that NASA has been fabricated since minute one to basically keep this thing under wraps. The sun and the moon and the stars and the planets are just part of a light show. No different than if you went to a planetarium and looked up on the ceiling. I mean, the technology is much, much better. We've been doing planetariums since the 1970s. But can I remember, we've only had HD technology for the last 20 years. Imagine what we could do in the next 100. So whoever built this, way more advanced than us.
Wait, who built it?
Well, take your pick.
Aliens?
It's one of two things. It's either a highly advanced, either an advanced civilization. I don't like to call them aliens because I don't believe in that they come from Mars or Venus or Saturn. I think they're older versions of us. But if it's not some sort of advanced civilization, well, then it's the divine, and one man's advanced tech is another man's deity, so take your pick.
So, but Mark, if this is indeed the case, why would so many people be in a conspiracy to convince us that the Earth is round? Why wouldn't we just go, okay, well, the Earth is a dome?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, and that's a great question, because what we're talking about here, and by the way, I don't think that people had anything to do with this thing. All I'm saying is that the United States government and the Soviet Union figured this in about 1960. Even our best and brightest couldn't figure this out until about 1960. And then there comes the question, and I know you as journalists think, oh, you should tell the people. It's like, don't jump to conclusions, because there's three things that could happen. Potentially, all your academia would be turned upside down. All your physical sciences would have to be rebuilt from the ground up. Your world markets would have to be suspended for months to figure out where the dust settles. And then, of course, the 5 religious houses all of a sudden have an advance over science, which they haven't for the last 5 centuries. That's a lot to take in for a civilization.
But science moves on. But Mark, science does move on. Science is the art of science is to look at something, break it down, see if it works, go in different theories. So why hasn't this been worked on before? And if what you're saying is true, then science will go, okay, let's prove this theory. If the theory proves true, then we all move on with the new theory.
Well, science takes care of its own. You got to remember, science, mainstream science, and I call it scientism at this point, because they've really turned science into its own religion. They put the rubber stamp on things they can't prove, like carbon dating, like the Big Bang Theory, like dark matter, like evolution, and so on and so on. But if science has been pushing this for the last 5 centuries, they've got a vested interest in it from their institution standpoint. It's the foundation of everything that they are. So they're going to protect it at all costs.
Mark,
so I don't blame them.
Religion would fall. People would question their faith. We would question our government. And our government would question God. Where does it end? Well, I tell you, it ends with one big boom. One big boom. That's all it takes. Just one big boom. I can't listen anymore, but I'm going to, because I like the abuse. And I want to hear what the flat worlders are doing nowadays. The hell's Mark Sargent doing?
In flat earth theory, Antarctica is actually an ice wall at the edge of the Earth, and a group of people are planning an expedition there. I assume to prove the theory, right?
Well, it's a nice idea, and I hate to burst your bubble, but that particular story was spawned from because we do Flat Earth conferences, and the conference in 2020 is actually going to be a cruise, but it's leaving out of Miami, and it's just a recreational cruise. Some UK journalist decided to put his own spin on it and said, oh, wouldn't it be great if they turned it into an expedition?
It would be.
So there is no planned expedition. I'm sorry. I hate to do that.
Surely now, let me ask another question then, Mark. Surely you're getting a lot of money off of YouTube hits and getting this out there and merchandise and you're gathering 6 million people. That's not a small amount of money if you're conducting a business and trying to put something out there. Couldn't you, like Tesla or somebody like that, conduct your own experiment by getting into a rocket, going up there and having a look for yourself, or going to the ice wall and seeing if the walkers are there?
There you go.
The expedition would be nice, absolutely. But the Antarctic Treaty, which is rock solid and not even up for debate until 2041, keeps just about any authorized expedition from happening. So we are stuck with the ground experiments, long distance photography, lasers, weather balloons.
I have a question. So we know that there's flat earthers out there that know people who have a lot of money. There's people out there with money that believe this stuff. Why don't they just go and break the freaking law and go? Just go. Who's going to stop them? Yeah, I guess the radar would see. We've got a vessel heading out towards the ice wall. Can we send a couple of F-18s out there? We don't have any F-18s that can go that far, but we can send... I think Russia's got some. Let's see. Well, I think they're a little busy right now with the Ukraine or something's going on. Yeah, now's the right time to go to the ice wall, Sergeant.
We do a lot of different experiments.
Everybody's doing something else. Just get over there. Get over the wall. Run, Mark. Run.
But yes, the expedition would be nice. And as far as money goes...
See, that's not passion to me. He's not passionate enough. You need to get arrested trying to get to that wall. He does. He needs to go out to the ice, go out there and try to find freedom. Truman Show. Somebody has got to take a chance, and nobody's doing it. This is why humanity's going to fail again.
Come on. You don't get into flat Earth to make money.
I guess I got to do it.
I don't care about fame.
Next life.
I don't care about money. I just want to be right. And I don't make that much money off it yet.
I think you need to get bigger props. We have a much bigger prop than you, and therefore I think our theory is better than yours.
Okay. And if you don't, look, what I try to tell people is if you don't hate flat Earth when you first hear about it, there's probably something wrong with you. Everybody that got into flat Earth hated it. I tried to debunk it for 9 months, and that is, can you prove the globe in a court of law? And can you do it without using a space agency? And eventually, you are going to run out of threads to pull on, and the only place you're going to have left to turn is this. And by the way, that number, 6 million people, that is way lower than what you might think. I don't know where you get the 6 million.
Well, there's your flat Earth news for the year. We don't talk about flat Earth over here that much, do we? It's fun to talk about kitten caboodles, but nothing's changing. There's no new discoveries. There's no new theories. Man worked for Pentagon, confessed on camera, we have downed UFOs of alien origin. Yeah, we know. We know. Colm Kelleher. I don't care about Colm Kelleher. And I'm going to say this, and I know there's a few people out there who really believe in Colm Kelleher. He sounds like he's telling the truth when he talks, but he isn't. He's not truthful. Nope, I'm not doing body language on him. I'm looking for... I want to do body language, but on other stuff. Let me get something here. From the behavior panel. I know you guys love them, but this is interesting what I'm about to play you. I think you'll enjoy this. And these guys let people use their videos, so we're going to play longer than the normal. We'll be okay. But here we go. Oh, that's weird.
Get anything out of them. That's what I got on that one.
He would go to default answer number one. It's either aliens or it's not.
It's not. Right, exactly. It's possibly that or possibly not.
So next month, a government report is expected to be made public on the sightings of UFOs. As the former director of national intelligence, I think there have been a lot of theories about UFOs. What do you make of these revelations? What might this be? Have you seen any yourself? What do you make of this?
Well, first, I think it is kind of, there is logic to the intelligence community addressing this, since the intelligence community has a lot of practice of dealing with ambiguity and less than complete facts. And secondly, I think it's really important that whenever we witness such phenomenon, that it is recorded and documented for the future. When we may gather more information and have a better understanding of what's transpiring. Could there be life out there? Sure. As huge as the universe is, we really can't reject that possibility. So I think this is a good thing. The transparency, I expect this report will be filled with ambiguity as well. And people, depending on their leanings, will extract what they want out of this report.
All right.
So at the end of all that sifting and interpreting, what do you think is the most likely hypothesis?
I don't know. You know, when people talk about it, you know, is there life, other life besides what's in the United States?
Is that Stephen Bassett?
The globe. You know, life is defined in many different ways.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit
Wow, he's
presumptuous
aged.
and not arrogant for us to believe that there's no other form of life anywhere in the entire universe. What that might, you know, be.
Look at him all over the
subject
place.
to, you know, a lot of different views. But I think some of the phenomena we're going to be seeing continues to be unexplained, and might in fact be some type of phenomenon that is the result of something that we don't yet understand.
Look at him.
And that could involve some type of activity that some might say constitutes a different form of life.
Wow. All right, Greg, what do you got?
Again, I love intelligence people. You could ask Siri to give you some kind of a declaration on UFOs, and it would be probably this good. AI could write what he just said. And what he's doing is pontificating and rolling around in his head. And he's broke eye contact. He's eye blocking, so he doesn't have to deal with it. This is also over Zoom or one of those, so it's recent and it's interesting. But when he gets to a point where he's starting to say anything with any substance, he touches his brow and then he reroutes. So he's just running around and saying it's possible it's a new life form. I love words like, some might say it constitutes. When he's saying that, he's balled up, he's guarded. He doesn't do any downright eye accessing. He does, occasionally he'll look over to the right and it looks like he's looking down, but his head is down, so he's looking up as he's thinking about, hey, how do I approach this? I don't see anything here that's divulging anything. I think he probably knows a hell of a lot more than he's letting on. This is a guy whose entire career was in the CIA and then became director of national intelligence. And as Chase said, all the spies, all the spy catchers, all the
Guess it's not Bassett.
We have, everybody reports up to this guy. So this guy knows a lot of stuff. If anybody knows anything, it's him. And he also knows how important it is to guard those methods and means and all that kind of stuff. What you're going to hear from these guys, so when you think about a UFO, I'm going to give you a quick note. When you think about a UFO and you think, hey, how do we find out this is a UFO? First thing they're going to go is they're going to hop on the phone and say, hey, DARPA, do you have anything weird going on over in this grid coordinate? And DARPA is these guys who are building robots and all this kind of stuff. We're going to ask O&I, hey, you guys got anything weird going on out here? All this top super secret stuff. And we can't talk about that. They're not going to put that in the report. Hey, we checked by this. And then they're going to check radar signatures, and they're going to check materials, and they're going to check materials command. There's a ton of stuff these guys are going to do that they can't divulge. If they do, they're telling you how we collect intelligence, how we validate threat, all of that stuff. And the last thing we want, any of us want, is that. We don't want that divulged. That'll be all over
Valerian the Mac the Third.
So this guy's protecting, and he's doing what
How
he
you
does
doing,
best.
man?
And Mark, you said it earlier, and I think this is it. In proper analyst fashion, he goes to what he knows. He just balls up and turns away.
Yeah, he did. 1/22/23 is Earth Day. I think you're a little behind schedule. We already had that day. What's going on, Valerian? How you doing, man? Oh, it's tomorrow. 4/22. That looked like 1/22. It is. You hit the wrong button. Annie, it is tomorrow. It's tomorrow? Okay, Effie, okay. This guy got it right. Greg Hartley's really a good man. These guys are smart.
And it's a beautiful thing. So, Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, so I spent
They're
a
all
long
good.
part of my career helping analysts just like this talk to the public or talk to elected politicians, and he just screamed. I don't know who the guy was, but immediately I said, "This guy just screams analyst." I've seen this guy time and time again. What's happening there is he takes the longest route possible to get to the idea of, I don't know, I have no idea. That's, he circumnavigates everything and disguises that route in these.
But he's explaining why. See, I don't like sometimes the way some people analyze. The guy's explaining his answer. It's not an excuse. He's not trying to hide anything. I think it's just the way he is. And he's been in this so long and he goes like this. I mean, you've seen me on the show do this many, many times. It's like, maybe his eyes hurt. It doesn't always have to be because he's lying or hiding something. But in this case, being in part of the intelligence community, this guy most likely can't tell us stuff. The touching his head, leaning on his hand, like, oh my God, I can't deal with it type of look. I mean, that's par for the course for somebody who's been asked the same thing a million times over. He's like, let me see here. Yeah, this is what I have to say. He's in it, but he doesn't want to be. That's the impression I got. It's like the guy just doesn't care. So why is he on? Why is he talking about it? He's a nice guy. Anyway, that was a little bit of body language for tonight. We'll just leave it there, I guess. Oh, wait. You want to see this one? We'll do Barak? Nah, I don't like it. Let's do this one. Oh, this guy automatically qualifies as sniffing his own farts. Now, I can't stand him. What's his name? John Radcliffe? He's a huge liar. Watch this.
There are a lot more sightings than have been made public. Some of those have been declassified. When we talk about sightings, we're talking about objects that have been seen by Navy or Air Force pilots or have been picked up by satellite imagery that, frankly, engage in actions that are
former DNI, that, definitely no intelligence.
That are hard to replicate. That
Hopes,
we don't have
right
the technology for, or traveling at speeds that exceed the sound barrier without a sonic boom. So, in short, things that we are observing that are difficult to explain. And so, there's actually quite a few of those. And I think that information is.
This eye, there is a huge tell. This eye, this left eye, our right, he's got a lot of activity going on with this eye because he's probably right-handed. No, he's left-handed. He's probably left-handed.
Being gathered and will be put out.
Watch that eyebrow.
The American people can see. We always, when we see these things, Maria, we always look for a plausible explanation.
Yeah, stop dancing.
Weather can cause disturbances, visual disturbances. Sometimes we wonder whether or not our adversaries have technologies that are a little bit further down the road than we thought or that we realized. But
okay, see, there they go. John Radcliffe right there with the big eyebrow. He knows that our adversaries are way far advanced than they thought. Isn't that funny how all the China stuff is now coming out? I think I was the only one who kept saying it's China, China. I mean, there was a few times where I felt like maybe it isn't, but I'm telling you, it's tough being right all the time. It really is. It's a lot of pressure.
There are instances where we don't have good explanations for some of the things that we've seen.
Excuse me.
And, when that information becomes declassified, I'll be able to talk a little bit more about that.
Well, I'll go first on this one. He's given the long version of everything we've heard so far. We should have played this one first because he goes through and covers everything that's been covered up to this point. The expressions he's making, the squinting, his head going back, his illustrating with his head, all those things coincide with what he's saying as far as being serious and just laying out the way it is. It shows it indicates he's being honest or being truthful about what he's saying. He's got a strong tone of voice and very matter of fact about what he's got. This is rehearsed. because you can hear him going right down the line as he's, and again, it comes in those chunks that we talked about earlier. And he's not he's telling us, not telling us what we already don't know about what we already don't know, and what we already know about what we already know. Basically, that's that little circle he's in right there. Again, fact-wise, no fluff, no nothing. Just here are the facts. Here's what we know, and here's what's going to happen. I know a little bit more than I can say, as they all do, and go on there. You know, they're we don't know what it is, and there could be more out there. So no big illustrators, no stress. It's just fluid, and he's confident, and I think he's really good at this.
Seemed like it.
Great communicator, great relayer of information as well. Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, so I think what...
Nah, not interested. All right. Thank you for that. I thought John Radcliffe seemed to be telling the truth as well, but he's not telling us anything that we haven't already heard, so he has no reason to lie about anything anyway. So it was a pretty easy one. All things good. Throwing down a £5, £5. Super dono. We are almost done with the show. Very nice. Thank you for the $5. £5, £5. Mucho gusto. Generoso. All things good. A continuing supporter of GUFON. It is, right? Hey, can I make a comment here? I was looking at somebody's comments about the chat room, how people aren't really talking about what I'm talking about. And all I want to say is that's okay. It's okay. I used to be a little upset at that. And then I come to realize I do it too. When I go to other chat rooms, you get into other discussions because people ask you stuff. And, how's your day going? My day's doing good. Not feeling too well, Oh, yeah, I had to go to the doctor's. And now somebody who comes in is like, what are they talking about? Well, they were just going through the formalities of saying hello and whatnot. That's going to happen in chat rooms. If they're not talking about what I'm talking about, I would also understand it. I go pretty fast, and there's not a lot of time to really, say something that, I could go through a segment in 2 seconds or in 20 minutes. It depends. Tonight I've been moving along quite quickly. But don't worry. Let people enjoy. It's their time. They want to come here and say hello to their friends, and it's a place to hang out. That's all. Look, I'm not talking about, it's not like I have a guest on, so it's a different type of environment here. This came in from Kyiv. This is the latest picture, about the war. I usually don't show this stuff, but I thought this one was really telling of our lives right now. Take a look. What the? Huh? What? Wait, what is... what are you guys doing here? Hey, Bobo, what are you doing? Poor Bobo. This was sent to me. I believe Fessler sent this. I'm not sure who did, but he sent me something. I think it was this. No, it wasn't. It was somebody else. I can't remember. Lots of classified transport flights heading towards Area 51 and the Tonopah test range, which are the only locations within the Nevada National Security Site that Janet flights usually go. So what the hell's going on? Whoa, 4 Janet flights up at one time. This person who follows this area, this section of ufology, Area 51, says this is the first time they've ever seen this many flights going up at the same time. 4 Janet flights up at the same time Is there a secret meeting? Are the aliens willing to disclose themselves? Will we have disclosure tonight? I submit that we cannot have disclosure tonight. Till next time. All right. A group of Bigfoots surround us. This is another Bigfoot video. They're just running rampant in the woods. No, Bigfoot, no!
They're all around us. Okay.
They're talking to us and they're throwing rocks. Tell me you heard the language.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Did you hear anything?
They're all around us.
Sounded like a dog.
Okay.
They're talking to us and they're throwing rocks.
So, a 7-year-old boy has a sleepwalking dream about Ultraman and falls down the stairs. Thousands of kids have thousands of weird dreams every night, but as an adult, this one gets regressed, and now he believes he was abducted by aliens. Huh? Is this Dave Scott's home porno video squatching in the Canadian bush with spaced out radio? No, don't say that. Yeah. Oh, the UFO Con 2023. Alien Abduction Answers is what they're calling it. It was a special event that was Friday night. Tonight. Best Film Documentary UFO Expo. Winner Best Midwest Weird Fest 2022. Yeah, right. I don't think they saw UFO Endgame yet. Give me a break. John, that's John Yost. Yeah, I know. I've heard this guy. Heard of him. Yep. Oh, Lady Gaga movie, huh? Yeah, Alien Girl said that she's excited for the Lady Gaga movie to come out. Is that Doc Skinner? No.
Proof that alien life exists.
Alexa, are UFOs real?
So far there has been no proof that alien life exists, but the universe is a very big place.
Why is only Fox News covering this adequately? Half the country refuses to watch Fox in the US, and it is focused on USA, and this is worldwide phenomenon. Footage of UFOs over conflict zones seen for the first time. This should be all over. Science, Bob McGuire posted that. He is sucking on Jeremy Corbell's. Why are you doing that, Bob? Bob, Jeremy Corbell is not somebody you want to attach your star to, Bob. Bob. Well, you know, Bob's already lost. Bob McGuire lost his way a couple of years ago when he admitted that he believes Christopher Bledsoe, because he stayed there for 5 days and saw things he couldn't explain. Yet nobody's ever seen that evidence. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it unbelievable that all this evidence that's coming out of the Bledsoe camp, and yet nothing. All we see are blurry videos of lights in the sky that could be anything mundane but we'll never know because they don't want us to know. And I mean, Bledsoe doesn't want us to know. And he's tricking anybody who comes over his house. You can't fool this guy, Bledsoe. Let me stay there for 2 nights. I'll figure it all out. I'll let you know. Matter of fact, I already figured it out. You're a hoaxing liar. You had one good time. The first time you had your experience. After that, you've been trying to make it a reality show. Please go away. That's all I have to say. Just go away. It's unnecessary to have your shenanigans here anymore. I don't want it. Nobody wants you here.
Game over.
You ready? Siegfried has come to the television screens for the first times in a minute.
At what point, Brandon, does Skinwalker Ranch
At what point, Brandon?
rise above being a book for sale on Amazon or being a reality show on History Channel?
It already has. Game over, Stephen Greenstreet. Skinwalker Ranch has transcended books, media. We've proven that there is a legitimate scientific investigation.
You've proven that there's a legitimate scientific investigation? Okay.
And discovery.
Fugel may claim.
And discovery? What? Wait a minute. What?
Investigation. Game over, Stephen Greenstreet. Skinwalker Ranch has transcended books, media. We've proven that there is a legitimate scientific investigation and discovery.
Fugel may.
He didn't say they found evidence. He said that there's a legitimate investigation going on. Hey guys, later on tonight, I'm going to investigate Pine Island again. But this one's not going to be a real investigation. It's going to be fake. Yeah. I mean, what is he talking? He doesn't even use the right adjectives to describe what is going on because he's so new to this field. He doesn't even know how to lie that well yet. He's trying to lie. But hey, we've got legitimate investigations. Yeah, one guy with a camera is legitimate. Yes, you've got many cameras set up all over the place, yet you don't have any real evidence yet of a skinwalker, a Bigfoot, or anything good. Well, we've had dreams aren't evidence, but still not evidence. Well, somebody got sick, not evidence, but they got sick in their brain, not evidence. Remember when that cow died under the tree and the light in the sky? Not evidence. Remember when Brandon Fugel posted the balloons on Twitter? This is from one of our researchers at the ranch, posted this from his iPhone 6 Plus, and it was balloons. And I said, hey, really great balloons. Way to show the world. You guys got balloons over the ranch. Remember that? And Fugel came back and said, you have a serious problem. You have a problem. You're just so angry. And then he blocked me, and now I'm unblocked. So I don't know. What they want me to do is leave all these bad messages, right? They want me to say bad things. So I'm not. I'm saying things that are jokes and sarcasm. So when they try to attack me with all their evidence, because that's what they're doing. They're wanting me to say bad stuff. And now we've got those 10 things that Twitter said can get them banned for life. Elon! GUFON! Who cares? Brandon Fugel, you are a sad excuse for a paranormal anything. Let's just put it that way. You failed at Skinwalker. You failed at Skinwalker. Be happy you got what you got. Let me just say that. For a geeky guy who thinks Steven Seagal is the best in fashion. He did what he had to do.
They claim to have legitimate scientific discoveries, but he has yet to properly present that. Have you had submitted for peer review, scientific peer review?
Not yet.
Instead, he and his crew attend science.
Why not? Where you got all this evidence? Huh? Mr. Big Shot? Mr. Multimillionaire? Come on, man. Why don't you let the plastic one go to work for you? I mean, your significant other. Let plastic one go work. She can probably figure it all out for everybody. She was really good at Ghost Mine. Man, what an ass on her, too. It doesn't quit. Yep. She will leave him in 9.5 years. I said I give her 10 years with him because you have to be with somebody for a certain amount of years to get half their shit. There's no way she's in love with him. Guarantee it. Oh, she's playing the part. She's a gold digger. Let's just put it there. She found it. And she is the reason Skinwalker Ranch is a TV show, I bet. I bet you. See, she's using Fugel and Fugel is using her. She knew people on the inside, I'm sure, because she was on several TV shows early on 10 years ago. And he's got all the power and the money and everything and the people and he can get shit done. Put those two together, they become happily engaged in each other's whatever, or she fakes it and he's just falling head over heels in love with her. There's no way she's in love with him. She's in love with his wallet. Guarantee it.
Science fiction entertainment conventions like Alien Con, Phenomicon, and Fan X. Fans buy tickets to attend, and some of these tickets are quite pricey. The pricier tickets often include VIP access, autographs, and selfies. In other words, entertainment. And some Utah government officials are spending taxpayer money to invest in Skinwalker Ranch, hoping to drive up local tourism. An investigation by Erica Lukes and Jack Brewer at Expanding Frontiers Research, an independent nonprofit, revealed financial documents showing Uinta County officials worked with Skinwalker Ranch crew members to create Phenomicon, a convention where fans pay money to meet paranormal celebrities like the Skinwalker Ranch crew members.
Unbelievable.
Documents also show county officials paid Skinwalker crew members tens of thousands of dollars for their appearances and involvement. Travis Taylor, for example, was paid a little over $10,000 for his participation.
This is 91%. Oh, it's so good. So what do you think now? You think they're in it for the money? They got a TV show and they have zero peer-reviewed evidence from a place that supposedly transcends everything, as Brandon Fugel said in the beginning of that. What a joke Skinwalker Ranch is. That's unbelievable. And all the money they're making, right? All the money. It's crazy. It's a lot of money to speak. Yeah. Imagine speaking just for an hour and getting $1,500 each. Sign me up, but don't call me an expert. Every one of these people are called experts except for Dragon, and they're not experts. They are far from it. They have the equivalency of 8th grade science in their back pocket. And that's what Brandon Fugel spent all this money on. That's what UAPTF or whatever the hell it is that helped them last year. when every time they did an experiment, the electricity went out. Oh, they got to blame the ranch. They don't want us to do the experiment. Shut off. The ranch doesn't want you to figure it out. I don't want to figure it out. Shut up. The ranch talking as if it's alive. It's so stupid. All right, here's a sighting. Look what this pilot caught on video. I'm not playing this one. No, not done. Done with that. Done. Not showing it. It's already deleted. This is real shit from World War III. Interacting with a UFO. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so, I'm trying to get my drone to work still. I haven't. Now I can't pair the phone to the controller. So I might have to send the drone to DJI to get paired. It won't work. I'm waiting for DJI to get back to me now. I put in for help right before the show. I literally been trying for hours. Last night and today, I can't pair them. Now I know that the drone and the controller can see each other, but the controller does not want to connect to my phone. And that's the problem I'm having. And it's the update that they did on my phone, and I can't figure it out. I did everything that every video out there says to do, and I can't get it to work. So I'm like this far away from flying. And today I was driving around and I saw a location and I was like, oh my God, if I had my drone, I'd drop it right here. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I want to fly. So when I got home, I said, I got to get this fixed. So anyway, check out this sighting. This is going to blow you. Now, the reason I bring up the drone, because you're going to see something that you never see. And I don't know if this is a drone, because if these are lasers, like if there's a laser pointing device that's on top of the drone, how did they know where to point the laser? I mean, they did you'll see. And I would think you'd be able to hear it where it's at if it was a drone. So I'm not sure, but you be the judge of this one, real or not. I mean, I don't know what to say. This is good stuff if it's real. Oh, see what I mean? Oh, it's a pretty cool sighting.
Debe ser un metal grande o un espejo, no sé por qué.
Claro, porque se dio filete en negro.
Porque para que rebote de esa forma, claro, ¿cachai? Eso no.
If that was a drone, the light does look like that, but it doesn't. You have to be right under it for it to look like that. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. I've done a lot of tests with my drone with a light on top of it, and it doesn't look like that. Even when the light, look at this. Is that fake? Did they fake this? Oh, that looks real. It's real, man. I don't know. That's a weird object. Did you see how that was? That was weird, the way the light came out of it. Look, you can see the camera. See, guys? Inside the camera. It's the housing reflecting back. It's amazing. Some people try to say those are UFO lights. I don't know if this is real. That looks fake. But it also looks real. See, it's off to the side, like down to the bottom right of the object. Like if that was a drone, it's on the bottom of it. So I don't know, man. Look at that. Look at that. It's pointing that way first. How cool. That's a strong laser too, man. Watch, turns on. Turns on. Turns on. Straight. Boom. I don't know, guys. I'm telling you, that it may be fake, but it looks really good. It looks really good. No, it's still not doing anything amazing that our tech can't explain. You're right. All it's doing is sitting there and shooting a laser beam color. Now, if that laser beam was, let's say, pink, how cool would that be? If they made it a different color, then I'd be like, wow, pink. I don't know how they made that. And then I'd be like, well, then that's some advanced technology. But it was green, and that's the most common color of any laser you could buy out there for $10 or less. Wild stuff. All right, I got to call it a night. I'm feeling a little drained, but it was interesting. Thank you for hanging out. I'm not on the way out, just so you know. People want us out. They want us out. And they're trying to take us out. But who else is there? Nobody's doing ufology like we are here. You know, when it comes down to everything from videos, pictures, people, lying, body language, lying, hoaxing. Now, there's people out there who think that I've hoaxed. I've never hoaxed anything in my entire life. So good luck with that. It's amazing. He hoaxed an orb on his show with a laser pointer. Did you see me point the laser? Or did you see me puff out of my thing? Oh, look, I have my laser pointer again tonight. Amazing. Let me see if the laser can look like an orb on the show. Looks just like an orb. I guess I'm hoaxing. Look, really, GUFON may be gone tomorrow, but it won't be by my doing. And if we are gone, we'll be back at GUFON Lives, the other channel. But until then, I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the show. I don't think I missed any supers tonight. I was thinking of a way to do super chats differently, and I may have found a way. If I see super chats during the show, depending if they have any writing, they would be put to the side. I can save them on the side. So if I see them while I'm talking or while a video's running, when I'm done with the segment, then I'll come back to those super chats and read them off. So I'm going to start doing that. Tonight wasn't busy enough for that, so we didn't have to worry about it. But I want to thank the moderators and the super chatters for that, all your support. I'm checking right now to see if I missed anything. Sorry, I was talking. Didn't miss anything there. And I like to thank all the super chat. Wait, what's today? 21st? I already got a copyright claim? Not on this. Okay. Supers, here we go. All things good. David Wilcox, it's been great. Jeanette Angel, got it. Thank you very much. And newcomers and veterans, thank you very much for your support as well. Don't forget to subscribe. It looks like we got a few extra that popped in. So we're back up at 10,850 today. So I'll let you know. It'll be funny tomorrow. I'll probably lose 9 or 10 or gain 1, lose 6, and then they'll come back. It won't go any higher than where it's at. It's just, it's broken. We probably have 25,000 subscribers, but we only see 10,000. And we always do what do we do here every night, guys? That's right. Truthology. Truthology for ufology. That's right. And we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget June 21st, the first day of summer. The GUFON store will be open right here on the channel. We're designing shit as we speak. People are working their asses off behind the scenes. It's amazing. It's amazing what these kids can do. I mean, it's only $1 a day, right? It's not that bad, right? Hey, they eat once a day. Don't worry about it. I'm joking. I'm joking, or am I? All right, we'll see you tomorrow night. No, we will. Yeah, will we see him? Come on, Ben. Are we going to see me tomorrow? Yeah, we are, aren't we? All right, guys, shut up. All right, that's a big alien bless. Have a great... Wait, what's today? Friday? Have a great weekend. What did I say? Monday? What is today? It's Friday. I got so high yesterday, I tell you, it messed up the whole day today. I don't even know who I am. Alien bless. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe, be sound, be pure, be real, and don't lie. All right, gotta go. Bye-bye.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.